You're listening to the Sanspants Network.
Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Baseless Speculation, all the pop culture news and other research so you don't have to. I am Joel.
I am Jackson.
And I'm Joel.
Now boys, what do we think is going to happen in Agatha all along?
Tricked us with the titles. They said it's multiverse of Agatha or whatever, and
they
then
were
they
like,
said
it's actually Witches Be Gone,
and then it was house,
and then it was
House
the
of
Lion,
Harkness.
the Witch, and the Agatha's wardrobe.
Yeah.
House of Harkness.
Yes,
House of
that's
Harkness,
right.
that was one.
Then it was Harkness Asylum. Then it was.
Anyway, so it
that's
turns
right.
out that all of that was marketing because things have gone a bit spooky-ooky.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
In
Halloween
fake-
time in
in-
Marvel Town.
In Marvel Town and also in fake Wanda Village that I can't remember the name of.
Let's say Detroit,
Town?
Illinois.
New Haven? Haven Town? It's called Haven, right? Because it's a haven for her.
Yeah. Anyway.
No one can tell.
Yeah, no one knows.
The start of the trailer dropped,
Yeah.
and the show's called Agatha all along, which Marvel are cleverly being like, hey, those titles, that was actually just in the show. But I honestly think the first two were
me too.
legitimate. Anyway, it's called Agatha all along now. Trailers come out, start of the trailer, oh my god, it's an episode of CSI.
It's a police procedural. and now they're
CSI
gonna
witches.
oh my god, this witch died. Who did it? Was it that group of witch hunters?
Yeah, I don't know. And then Agatha's looking at the body, and who should turn up at Aubrey Plaza? And she says, hey, you're a witch, idiot.
Yeah, remember when you were witch? And she's like,
shit.
Oh, fuck,
oh,
I was.
Yeah, because we get a W Maximoff. Who could this be?
And then, now I guess she's got to rebuild her coven,
Yep.
get her powers back,
Yep.
kill Wanda Maximoff.
Who's already dead.
Be like,
Did it?
oh,
Well,
no.
honestly, how good is that going to be?
Oh.
When she gets out and she's like, on my to-do list.
What got dropped on her?
Yeah,
And she's, huh?
Imagine that. Just you have that
Yeah.
list, that little checkbox. You're like,
Oh,
And
gee,
then-
complete.
and
oh my
then-
god, I can have a rest.
And then she gets to say the famous line, witches disassemble. We did it.
See, I think they might go like a deeper cut and be like, witches no more.
Oh.
Whoa.
And then we get House of Witch.
House of Witch and
Marvel's House
Witch of
Witch.
Powers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so look,
Comics
This-
are great, is all we're saying.
this trailer is surprising because for the first 30 seconds, it looks like they're filmed on a set.
Yes, that's true.
And then things go to shit.
Then everybody goes to
What?
the...
Are you telling me that weird looking demon thing looked bad?
No, that's good.
I think that looked good.
There's
Yeah.
parts of this trailer that look good,
That is
but
true.
they look...
Because they're filmed on... They're very clearly filmed on the... Whatever they call it. The preview?
No, the
vision?
The big screen, the
no,
square.
The
platform?
Ultravision.
I think I've said so many
Zoom-
names.
No,
I've said
The
so many...
Superdome.
I've said so many
The
names
big
at you.
sphere.
You will
That's
not be able to
actually
remember.
The volume.
The volume.
Got it.
I think so many... You can tell the back half of this trailer is all on the volume, baby.
But, okay, so, at the start,
Yeah.
when she's looking at the body, that looks real.
Yeah, that's a set. And some of the shots of the coven hanging out in the house,
The house is also real.
that's a set.
Sure, yeah, surely
when
they
they're
have a
on
house.
when they're on a street, looks like shit.
Yes.
But there is clearly practical effect because there's like a horrible demon that looks like it's out of Evil
all
Dead.
right.
Yeah.
And also it's funny to be influenced very clearly by the Evil Dead. And less like there's an Exorcist reference in this as well.
Yes.
But the Evil Dead references is weird because Sam Raimi made the Evil Dead and he made the movie where they kill Wanda.
Yeah,
he
that's
already
true.
did it, but they're like, hey, remember that thing? You already saw it. Probably.
Yeah. Do you think that this TV show is influenced by The Evil Dead, or is it influenced by Raimi's Multiverse of Madness?
That's a very good point. I would. Okay, if the Exorcist reference wasn't at the end of the trailer where she
true.
does the spider
Good
walk,
point, good
I
point.
would say it's Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah,
but they've clearly seen at least 2 horror movies.
That is true. That is true. Well,
Also, the creature design looks more like a character from Army of Darkness. Than Evil Dead.
that's true. Actually, it doesn't have Multiverse of Madness some vibes.
With Agatha, does she actually want to kill Wanda? What was her
I'm guessing.
plan?
Here's what
Remind me again. What happened?
She wants Wanda's Mondo Big Buck.
she wants to be the
She
Scarlet
wants
Witch.
to be the Scarlet
Yeah,
Witch.
because the Scarlet Witch is the best witch you can be.
Yeah,
And it's
okay.
because she's the witch. Is there some shit where it's like she's always the same across multiverses or something, or like all the power for? There's some shit about
Like
that.
At the start of Wanda Vision, and I will probably misremember this a little bit, but hopefully I remember enough to make one of you remember.
I'm going to say to reprimand you.
No.
Yeah.
And listeners, do not hold me to that because this will not remind either of anyone. Anyway, there's the thing where the Coven try to kill Agatha because she's too powerful.
Yes, I remember
and
that.
they fear her,
And
and,
she
then
sucks
she
their
sucks
juice.
all of
Yeah.
their juice in.
That's right.
And she wants to suck in Wanda's juice to become the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
And the show is like, oh, it was Agatha manipulating this all along. Just kidding. No, it was always Wanda.
Yeah.
because she was dealing with grief.
The song that Agatha sings is wrong.
Yes.
I guess.
Wasn't it Agatha doing it all? But she's really, really just underestimated Wanda completely.
Yeah, actually, maybe.
Wasn't it Agatha, like, because she tried to kind of do a lot of the stuff to get the
Scarlet Witch powers to
be like,
unlock?
come on, do your little Scarlet powers, then I'm
then
going
I'll
to go
suck
big
you
old vacuum mode, and then she's like, oh no, I bit off more than I could chew.
I'm trapped in the
Yeah.
50s.
You know what? Actually, that does sound right.
It's crazy because that was like one of the
West
Marvel
Haven?
TV shows
Is that what it's
was
called?
good, and I forget it. Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Look, that sounds familiar, but again, you've said it,
It
with
was-
enough confidence, but with a twinge of doubt. But I want to no, you're right.
Yeah.
So let's say yes.
Let's say it was West Haven.
Yeah.
West Haverbrook?
No, that's
where
from
the
The
monorail
Simpsons.
goes in The Simpsons. Never mind. So do you think she's still trying to suck? I mean, Wanda is dead, but do you think she's still trying to suck off Wanda's powers?
I'm guessing because Marvel are Marvel, and they're not going to make a bad guy the hero of a show. I think name one thing where the villain has stayed
No,
a
as in
villain.
is Agatha going? As in sorry, were you doing like an Agatha's going to be the hero, or
Yeah.
are they going to be like?
Agatha will have a face turn in the first episode.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
maybe not the first episode. Let's say at least by halfway through.
Yeah.
If I had to make a prediction, it's that as Agatha is trying to achieve her goal, either there's an outside villain or one of her coven does it in an evil way, and Agatha.
You think they're casting Aubrey Plaza just to be a co-star to Agatha? You think she's just going to be like, I'm the second in charge, witch.
I
Thanks,
reckon.
thanks for having me.
I know we're very early on in the episode,
Yeah.
but my swing for the fence here is that Audrey Plaza is going to be playing.
Audrey?
Aubrey Plaza.
Feed me.
Yeah. She's going to be playing the Shadow King, and it's going to link in Legion, the TV series, into this as well. Marvel are going to have their cake and eat it too.
Well, I guess
That
that
would
kind
be
of makes
crazy.
sense because Fox is now owned by Marvel.
yeah.
Yeah,
So this
they
is just a
could
kind
do
of
it.
like a
They should tie it into Fargo as well.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes, they should. I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, I reckon that's like the Shadow King. It's going to be like, it's going to be maybe like some sort of witch thing, but it's just going to be like, this is just like an evil entity that is trying to also just gain power and get back into the material world.
Wish I
maybe they're
watched-
just because she's trapped in the astral plane.
She's trapped in the.
Agatha.
She's stuck in the village.
She's stuck in the village, or
Yeah.
is she stuck in her own mind?
She's stuck in her own mind.
think she's stuck in her own mind.
Because Wanda's like, hey, here's punishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she frees the rest of the village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
West Haverbrook or whatever.
Yeah. So is all of this in Agatha's head?
That's what I'm saying.
That
Yeah.
seems bold.
Stupid?
Well, this could again, or at least maybe a part of it is. But if that is the case, maybe it's trapped in her own head, and then maybe not really because it's actually
Being
trapped
John
in the
Malkovich.
Yeah.
astral plane. And so this is
Okay.
maybe Marvel trying to be like, and now we're doing Professor Xavier Mind Palace.
We're
bullshit.
falling into the same trap that
Professor
everyone
Xavier
did with
Mind
Wanda
Freak.
Vision. Do
Yeah.
we think that
Mephisto?
Mephisto?
No.
Aubrey Plaza's playing Mephisto. Lock it in.
Yes.
Oh, I don't know.
I think they could do. This is the trapped in her own mind. Therefore, it's like the astral plane. Therefore, it could be the Shadow King being like, oh yeah, this person's powerful. Let's try and use that to like possess them so we can do other biz.
And then I think at the end, Agatha is going to defeat her in her own mind, and then wake up. Because I think that I agree, Douche. I don't think they're ever going to be like, this bad guy is the protagonist of our Marvel series.
Oh, you know,
and she's bad. But I could see them being like, she's an anti-hero.
Yes.
Sandy.
Yeah.
She's an anti-hero, Sandy.
That's better. She'd be flying.
An alternate
Holy shit, she's a witch.
An alternate version of Grease where Danny is a huge comic book guy. It's so funny. Let me tell you about Spider-Man, Sandy. He's got a spider sense.
Why does your Danny sound like he's on the verge of tears every time?
He just loves Spider-Man that much.
Sandy.
He's a good guy, even though he's poor.
Sandy, do you understand? He lost his Uncle Sandy.
His Uncle Sandy? Killed in a car.
Wella.
Oh, tell me more. Did he catch that burglar?
Oh, I didn't know you were such a big nerd. Never mind. Yuck.
Yeah, Rizzo.
You're gross, mate.
Rizzo, why would you set me up with this guy? That's not what happens in Greece. They meet on the beach.
They do. In Australia. Has he gone to...
No, because she's...
No, in the summer holidays, has Danny gone to Australia? Because he's surprised to see Sandy.
No, because why would Danny go to Australia and then both of them come back, go to the same high school?
No, because I think she's Australian. He met her there, and then it was just a sheer coincidence. She's moved to... because she knows the pink ladies. What the fuck is going on at the start of Greece?
Maybe they went to Miami Beach.
Yeah, I think they're just at an American beach.
Yeah.
And then she comes to... She's not an exchange student.
No.
She's like fully moved to, what do they call it? Not Riverdale High. That's where Archie lives.
Yeah.
Something.
I thought I was...
Duskin? No, where are we looking here? Like Duskendale? No, that's Westeros.
Who the hell? What the hell?
So
North Haverbrook?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I thought I was onto something because
Yeah.
it's like the summer of 1958, local boy Danny Zuko and vacationing Australian, and I saw vacationing and Australia. I was like, oh! No, it doesn't say.
Okay.
Zuko's a good name.
Zuko's a great name,
Danny
dude.
Zuko, but Zuko is also the name of that guy from that show I haven't seen that everyone loves, Avatar.
Oh, yes. It would
He's
be
the
good
firebender,
It'd
right?
be good if they replaced Zuko in Avatar, the Last Airbender, with Danny Zuko. Hey! Sora! I think that'd be awesome.
Firebender.
He's got mastery of all elements.
I mean, he's always look, him on the verge of tears in most scenes would would make
You
sense.
gotta unite the elemental kingdoms, Aang.
Aang, my daddy hates me.
We're now down to like I don't know, Jimmy Stewart.
Oh boy, Aang, you gotta unite all of the kingdoms. Gee whiz.
Oh boy.
Oh, Sandy, I'm just trying to make the bank stay afloat. It's a wonderful life reference. They're coming thick and fast in this
Yeah,
episode.
it's good stuff.
Right, so Agatha all along.
So do you think it's going to take place completely in her head? Is that
yeah, because or at least the start is where they go when she's doing the procedural. But I think it needs to be like you're breaking out, or it's going to be like you're trapped in your own head. Will Marvel?
Do you want the premise?
No.
He will answer a couple of questions that we have.
All right.
At the end of the miniseries Wanda Vision, in brackets, 2021,
So long ago.
the witch Agatha Harkness was trapped in the town of Westview, New Jersey.
Westview.
Wrong. Actually, she's
No
trapped in her
Haven.
head
Yeah.
because the town's free. What shenanigans?
No, but maybe they're like the town's free, but she just believes she's a normal person.
Is it like
in
the town is free, but there's like a bubble over it, which only has like a person, like a.
And if you go through it
one?
twice, you become a Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
But you go through it once, you're trapped in the
Captain Marvel, Wanda Vision town, West Haverbrook.
And then if you go through it twice, you become
get
a photon.
Vague photon powers.
Yeah.
In
And then you go
Agatha-
through it again, and you go to Beast World.
Yeah. In Agatha All Along, she escapes with the help of a goth teen who wishes to face the trials of the legendary Witch's Road. That's probably the road that looks like shit.
Oh, yeah. Well, the goth teen is Wiccan. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't really look like a goth, but that's fine.
looked
Maybe
a bit
maybe that
goth.
was Yeah, was it? Oh, no, yeah, because he had like I guess painted nails. That's all That's all it takes.
So does our friend
Goth.
Adam Carnivale.
Yeah,
Is he a
famous.
goth?
Yeah, famous
Yes.
goth.
Maybe I don't know what a goth is.
I'm pretty sure he's also because they've given him.
What's a Visigoth? Now, that was
Those were the guys that took over Europe.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
They've gone for like the
Pretty
90s
sure.
goth thing where it's like he's wearing a necklace and maybe some eye makeup and he's got dark hair and
kinda
painted nails.
Baggy, droopy. Yeah. It's kind of Morgoth style, I guess. Yeah. Morgoth. Now that's something.
Morgoth. Now that's
With-
a lad, isn't it?
Without
Bad
her
guy from
magical
Ghostbusters.
powers. Without her magical powers.
Yes.
Harkness and the team and the teen form a new coven of witches to face the trials with. So
Okay. No, that's not at all what we were saying.
Okay.
so they break out of the mind.
Here,
Okay.
My prediction would be
Wiccan's also trapped in the town because he's not real.
yes, that is true.
Unless no.
Wiccan's not
Because
real.
Wiccan's Wanda Vision's baby.
Yeah, who's not real.
Yeah.
Unless this is a multiverse thing,
Then
in which
he
case he
become
is real.
real.
No, he doesn't become
No,
real.
he stay fake.
Because if he become if he become real,
comic, he become real.
but
Yeah.
if he become real in the movies and the TVs,
Yeah.
then Wanda doesn't need to go bananas because her kids are alive for
They should
real.
have
For
called
real.
Multiverse of Madness Wanda Goes Bananas.
Yeah.
That's a much better time.
I wonder if we're gonna
Doctor
get.
Strange and the Wanda Maximoff goes bananas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if we're gonna get Speed as well. Probably not.
No, I don't reckon.
Will we get Johnny Boner? Ralph Boner?
Maybe.
Which is
Maybe.
funny because I went for a
So
fake name.
close.
so
close.
similar.
That's the best joke Marvel have ever
It
pulled.
really, it's a
Hey,
spectacular.
you think this is Quicksilver from the X-Men?
Motherfucker, meet Johnny Boner.
It's Ralph Boner. Just some guy we know.
My favorite one is that they with the interview or whatever afterwards.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, we thought it was funny. Not many other people
Yeah.
did.
I don't know if everyone else could
Creators
have
of
got it.
Wanda Vision, we were there with you. We think it's funny too.
Baseless speculation gets the joke.
It's
That's a
like-
good soundbite you can just use whenever you need
Whenever
it.
you need to, whenever you want. Okay, so all right.
I would imagine that
Yeah.
the sorry to interrupt. I would imagine that the first episode
Yeah.
is the only episode where Agatha is like, "What's
In
going
television.
on?"
Yeah.
In,
Yes.
And in television and in
wait.
Westview or whatever.
It's a two. I'm doing meta speculation. It's
Whoa.
a 2-episode premiere.
okay.
So they'll do the same as WandaVision.
Yep.
The first 2 episodes, she's like, I'm in the fucking television.
What the hell? Or I kind
I'm
of
in what I think is real. Oh shit, I'm in the fucking television.
I kind of
Join me for episode 3 where I'm out of the television.
I don't reckon she'll be in the television. I think it'll be like everyone else in Westview or whatever
Yep.
is normal guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she just thinks she's a person in that town.
Okay.
But she is brainwashed by Wanda.
Yeah, okay.
So I don't think she's going to necessarily. I think
So,
it's
what's her
everyone
fake
else is
name?
real, huh?
What's her fake name at the start of
I don't remember.
Because it's not Agatha Harkness, I don't
it's
think.
not.
No, but it's something. It might be another AH name. Like she's got the same.
So you're saying
Margot. I wanted to say Margot Roberts, but that's basically Margot Robbie.
Yeah. So with the
Yeah.
CSI Witch.
Yeah.
So what is happening?
I believe
you're-
that the
so-
person who's died is a witch or
So
is,
all of that is real. Agatha just doesn't know what the
Yeah.
fuck's going on.
That's my belief.
So
Yeah.
so there is a dead body.
Mm-hmm.
She's in the police force
Yep.
of that town.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, she a police lady.
yes, she just
And
works
she,
for
or
the
she's
cops.
detective or whatever. And then she's like, oh, okay, I've got that memory for
Yeah.
some reason
I-
implanted for like, this is my career and this is what I'm doing.
And
I'm
then
gonna,
I think
I'm gonna
and
build
then-
on top of that and
Yeah.
say that she's really good at deduction because
Yeah.
she is a witch, but she doesn't know she's a witch. She just thinks she's really like
Is-
clever.
but doesn't
Is-
she
is
not have
she like,
powers anymore?
Yeah, but no.
Well, but
it'll
she's
be
still
the
got, like-
same
yeah, I dig
thing.
it, I dig
It'll
it,
be
yeah.
like, oh, what powers? And then she'll touch like the gun and get like a vision of them
Yeah,
shooting.
yeah.
Like
Is
it
it-
was Ralph Boner.
Yeah. Is it kind of like Patricia Arquette in that TV series where she was more like a consultant to the police? Where
Medium? Yeah.
Ghost Whisperer?
No, that's a
Oh,
different
that's
one.
a different one with Hewitt.
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Get out of this house.
Fuck off, ghosts. Maybe her husband dies, but she doesn't realize it. I think. I forget.
That's the Sixth Sense, but reverse.
Yeah.
Oh,
oh, wait, no.
That happens with
Yeah.
Ghost Whisperer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
Anyway,
so her husband
Patricia
dies
Arquette
and she
is-
doesn't know she's
Yeah,
dead. But in
yeah.
The Sixth Sense,
Yeah.
the husband dies and he doesn't know he's
Well,
dead.
the husband dies, and I think she just like she can like talk to him, but she doesn't realize until like a bit later that wait, hang on, you know how I'm a ghost whisperer? Oh shit!
Oh my
The
god, I'm
noise.
just
Makes
whispering
sense now.
ghosts.
Yeah. Anyway, medium. What a good time. That's the other one with Patricia Arquette.
Yeah,
So is she
okay.
like a medium type?
No, I think she'll be a cop, but she'll have. I think Trisha might be right. She might have like. She's
like,
got
wow,
a real
she's so-
sixth sense for figuring out who killed the guy.
Yeah.
And then I think the dead body will be in some way like.
What if it's Speed?
Yeah, it could be Speed, or it could be like killed by witches. They get the telltale sign of a witch murder.
Yeah.
Stabbed with a broom or whatever.
On fire.
Yeah. You got the claw mark. Like,
Yeah.
they've been digging in.
Oh,
beard
that's
or
true.
whatever.
So there'll be some occult something there, and then
Ah.
Agatha will be like, for some reason this is familiar, and then that's when Aubrey Plaza
Okay.
will turn up.
He'd be like, hey, guess why that's familiar, idiot? You're a witch.
Yeah.
And she'll be like, huh?
Which I think is a shame. And then I think after there's that two episode opening where it's like, we gotta figure it out. I think that'll be my prediction is that'll be the most engaging
Okay.
part of the show.
That's a good prediction.
And then when
Safe.
we get out of
Yes.
that, it'll be like, oh, well,
Okay.
we've lost the interesting, unique premise.
My favorite part of the show is when Ralph Boner turns up and they double down.
Yeah.
And he's got a boner.
Yeah. And he's wearing a hat that's got a dick on it.
Yeah. They're like, what is your job? Having bonus.
Yeah.
Someone's got to
Local
do it.
fluffer.
Yeah. Local self-fluffer.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Someone's got to do it.
Who's paying you? The government. Why?
That's just social security, right? Yeah,
no,
but in
yeah.
a way, I'm getting paid.
In a way, I'm getting
So-
paid to self-fluff.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah.
If you're unemployed but on unemployment bonuses and you jack off your dick all day, you're getting paid to jack off
That
your
is
dick.
really cool. That is
But then
really
they
cool.
ask for how many jobs you've applied for. You say none.
Does
and
a
they
hand job count?
They're like,
To myself?
And job bracket self.
times 20.
No, sir, that does not count.
And we're cutting your benefits. Damn.
Can't cut my
Why?
benefit just because I'm jacking
That's
off.
so rude of
No, that's
everyone.
No. You see, if that's the only thing you're
Why is
doing,
the government policing my jacking off?
I hate
I should be able to jack off without the government breathing down my neck.
this police state.
Yeah,
No,
when did
government,
we change this
America-
goddamn nanny state? Won't let me touch my beautiful dick and nuts?
I'm going to stop reporting how many times I jack off.
Yeah, what do you think about
Please
that? The
do.
government.
Please, we didn't want you
We
to-
don't ask
Why
for that
did you do
information.
that? You kept asking. I don't know.
You asked me for
I'm
jobs,
gonna
hand
remember
jobs,
this
a
when I
job.
head to the voting polls.
What? Yeah, mark my words.
So do we
So
think?
did you mean polls or voting booth? No voting polls.
The polls that you go to the vote. What?
I love this man. So do we think maybe? Okay,
Yeah.
how's this for an idea?
Yeah.
So it's like all right. So she's trapped in this
Westview,
town,
New Jersey.
The town is fine, whatever, but like she just thinks she's now part of it or whatever.
Yeah.
Dead witch or person had died doing witchcraft stuff. And
Yeah.
then, of course, we've got this whole coven there. Do we think the reason why maybe the coven is there is like, oh, it's because of the Scarlet Witch was here and then she's kind of left like a imprint or like a
yeah.
lasting mark and now this is almost like hallowed
A
ground.
post-witch glow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
Could
like
be.
kind of like how, moths are drawn to a flame,
Yeah.
us witches are drawn to
Well, Agatha
Westbrook or
has
whatever.
that hole in her house that she does the witchcraft in anyway. So there's like a... remember at the start of the last episode,
I
they're like...
remember
Oh, no.
they go under her house and she's got the dark hole
Yeah.
and also two flies
And maybe a pentagram on the ground?
and a toad.
Toad, yeah.
Does she have a toad?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
She got a broom? She a witch on a broom?
I will say, speaking
Then
of
we will get
brooms,
one.
I will say
She flies at the end.
the idea of having you see this shot in the trailer a couple of times, witches on broomsticks flying silhouetted against a moon. I think that's awesome. that
Brother,
they're doing
you
that.
will love the television series Bewitched.
every time the opening happens.
Whoa!
Whoa, they're doing the thing.
They should make this TV show a movie starring Nicole Kidman and Will Ferrell.
Yeah. Did not do well.
But I think I don't
'cause
know.
it's
I like how
Stone.
hokey that is, and I like that they did
Yeah.
it in this. I think that's fun.
Do you think if you're rebooting the movie, the television
Yes.
series Bewitched into a movie, do you think you make a movie that is just that, or do you make a movie that is they're making the TV show Bewitched, but then the couple that are playing the witch in the TV show Bewitched
yeah.
are real witches?
And it's a reboot of the TV show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would have probably just done like, like a retellings of like, oh yeah, this is a witch married to a lad.
You should have been in Hollywood when
hijinks.
You should have been in Hollywood when they decided to do the second date.
Wow,
yeah. That was a crazy decision. Who's that for?
I reckon if they do that now, people go crazy for it.
Yeah,
they go,
that's true.
"This is the smartest movie I've ever seen."
Are we sure that like scripts weren't written by AI earlier than we think?
No, because AI wouldn't do that meta. AI would be like, we've taken all the episodes of Bewitched and we've shit out a generic plot. Of all of them.
Full of only front-facing sort of mid-shots of the characters' faces.
Saying what they're doing.
Yeah,
I'm doing magic now.
Yeah.
I'm Rick and I'm going to space. She made to
Darren.
Rick.
No,
Darren!
And you're thinking of I Dream of Genie, the far superior show.
Which one's an astronaut? Rick or
He's-
Darren?
uh,
Daryl.
Whoever is in I Dream of Genie.
Wait, which
Darren.
one?
Because
Which one had two Darrens?
The two Darrens. They
I think that
recast
was
Darren.
Bewitched. I think that was Bewitched.
Yeah.
Space astronaut.
Rick.
Also Rick.
Rick?
Rick.
So I Dream of Genie and Bewitched.
Yeah.
Yes.
They both have husbands who are like, you're a what?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the story of the astronaut of I Dream of Genie is that he was in space and then he was landing and he landed on a desert island and on the desert island there was a lamp that he robbed and then he met his genie
That's
wife.
better than what I thought where that was going, which is went up to space and on the moon there was a lamp. Rubbed the lamp and then he's like,
I wish.
I grant you 3 wishes. The first wish is like, I wish I could breathe in space.
I like the idea of the previous person being like, and the genie's like, what's your third wish? And you're like, I wish you were on the moon where no one could get you. And I'm the last man to ever have wishes.
That's a great wish.
Genie's got to do it.
Ruin that genie's day.
It's so funny wrecking a genie's life. It's one of the best things you can do, dude.
Okay.
This really is.
It's really funny. They got to do what you say.
You know what, Genie, for my last wish, I wish for you and this lamp to end up on Jupiter.
Jupiter. I wish you were on Jupiter where no one could ever touch you. And if somebody comes within 10 meters of you, you disappear to another planet, not Earth.
Yeah, like, okay, my first wish is for your lamp to be unrubbable.
Yeah. And underground. I wish, Genie, you lived in the core of the Earth and could never leave. See ya.
So,
Best thing to do with 3 wishes.
It's good stuff.
Captain Tony Nelson. He was in space and they crashed on. You're right.
Yeah.
So that was okay.
He's a hunk, dude.
Yeah,
Captain
yeah.
Tony Nelson, he's very
And then he
attractive.
That was
finds a
Dream of
bottle
Genie.
that rolls around and
Yeah.
then rubs it and then he wishes. His first wish is the genie speaks English because she speaks Persian.
Yeah, that makes sense. She doesn't look Persian.
I guess. Like, I don't know, could you be taking on like a more pleasing form for
Oh, yeah, that's true.
the astronaut? I don't know how genie work.
Yeah, I don't know either. They seem like, I always thought that the I Dream of Genie couple seemed like a happier couple.
She had a mother that came to visit often.
No, that's
or was
Bewitched.
that Bewitched?
That's
That was
Bewitched.
I was
There were
like,
other
genies
genies that came.
Shouldn't have. No, I guess they should have a mother.
Well, I think other genies did come
Yeah.
to the I Dream of Genie household, but yeah.
And
So-
Bewitched was
Darren.
yeah.
2 Darrens.
See?
2 actors.
Yeah.
Dick York
Uh-huh.
and Dick Sargent. 2 of the best
Darrens,
names
2 dicks.
in the world.
Did they recast as in like, oh yeah, this, or was it like
No.
got divorced and then married another Darren?
No, recast.
Okay, fair enough.
So Dick York was sick
Yeah.
for the last 3 seasons, so they replaced him with Dick Sargent. God, imagine my name was Dick Sargent.
Fuck, dude.
Richard Sargent?
Richard Sargent?
Dick Sargent.
Do you think our names, because like obviously Dick, funny names, like a penis, but it's also such a strong name.
Yeah.
Dick Dusha?
Oh!
Oh my, you gotta be solving mysteries.
Yeah.
man. Like another Dick
Like-
Dusha mystery.
I think the
Dick
name
Zammit?
that like with Dick, you have to own it so early in life.
Yeah, it's
that
true.
you just have to have so much like
You don't
confidence.
Yeah.
Hey, here's the thing. You don't, because as a kid, Richie.
Yeah,
Right? Yeah, but going from Richie to Dick.
I
weird.
get it. So your name is Richard.
Richard. Dick.
Yeah.
Ditchard.
Ditchard. Dickshard.
Dick chart.
Dicky.
Dicky.
Lil Dicky.
Dicky Dusha.
Dicky Dusha. Now I'm a comical doctor.
Yeah.
Dr. Dicky Dusha.
Dicky Dusha.
I guess, there's a lot of facets with Richard.
Yeah.
And if you know, your name is Richard, and it's like, okay, whatever. It's kind of like, Rich, you're like, yeah, but you can go Richie. But if people start calling you Dick, or you own, like, Dick,
Yeah.
like, that's a confidence. Like,
That's power.
you need power
It's
and
true
confidence,
power.
like, from the word go to
I
own that.
think a real risk with Richard is that Richard can become Richie, and then Richie, if you're not careful, can become Ricky.
Whoa.
Ricky Dusha, I do not
Yeah.
want to know. Richie Dusha, I'm across it. Dicky Dusha, same difference.
Yeah.
Richard Zammit, great name. Richie Zammit, not as good. Richard Bailey, terrible.
Whereas Dick
Richard Bailey sells car insurance.
Dick Bailey.
Dick
Dick
Bailey.
Bailey,
That's a good
famous
name.
pervert. International lovemaker Dick Bailey.
I think that it's really
Wow.
sad that in the saying, like, every Tom, Dick, and Harry,
Yeah.
Tom and Harry is still very common. No one's calling
No
the
one's
baby Dick.
Dick anymore.
See, I think Dick Bailey is like a bounty hunter.
Whoa!
Oh, Dick the Bounty Hunter.
Dick
Bailey.
Bailey, the bounty hunter.
Dick
It's
Bailey.
like it's a name you can't just have like the first name.
Get me Dick
It's-
Bailey.
Yeah, it's no Madonna.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
it's
that's
it's
true.
it's you got to have both.
What about Dickie Bailey?
Nah, that's a pervert. Dickie Bailey's the pervert.
That's a peeping Tom's.
That's,
Yeah,
that's not a famous pervert. That's a beep Tom pervert. That's your run-of-the-mill disgusting
Yeah,
pervert.
you're
No
right.
one likes that. That pervert is getting cancelled straight away.
The moment he
no
gets on
one
Twitter,
is being
first-
like, yeah. This isn't a like what 5-10 years later.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, wait a minute.
This
This
is-
is
He gets on
this is
Twitter,
a-
his
yeah.
First tweet.
It is send hole. So send hole without the D. Maybe no E in hole.
Yeah. Sen Hall. Which makes it seem
And
like
then
he
you
was
get a- and then
so horny when he tweeted it that he wasn't even spelling it right.
And then you immediately get arrested for recreating that famous scene in Porky's where you drill a hole in the shower, but at the senior's home.
Yep, that's Dickie Bailey. Dickie Bailey is accompanied by a mugshot. That's that kind of name.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
we are lucky, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a real
Yeah, like-
being named Dick is a true minefield. It's a
You get
true.
to pick your own adventure, really. Or
Yeah.
no, others do, because they call you what
Yeah,
they
exactly.
want to.
So it's like, oh, Dickie. I'm like, hey, I get it, but I want a chance in life.
I was like, it's haha, very cute, very funny now, but no.
But I have
Give it
plans for
20
my
minutes
future.
and things will go bad.
I'd rather Ditchard Bailey, honestly.
Fair enough.
Ditchard Bailey's an
Ditch
awesome.
Bailey?
Yeah.
Ditch is good.
Am I dickin'?
Dick and Bailey. That's a porn star's name.
Yeah.
A bad one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Agatha.
Agatha.
Okay.
So who do we think? Obviously, you're saying the Darkness King.
Shadow King.
Shadow King. Is
That would
this-
be a Legion crossover.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so that's one option. But what other villains or
What other witches
antagonists
they be in
do we
the
think there
Marvel
are going to
universe?
be in this movie?
Well, I know there's like a few different, the magic users because you got Wiccan there obviously, but then I think there's the one with like the Staff of One or something like that. I think they were in the Runaways.
Okay.
There's a few people there.
Is Brother Voodoo Marvel?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if we got like some kind of. I mean, I don't know. It feels like back in the day, you would always make these like predictions for what cameos you're going to get in a Marvel property.
Yeah.
But these days, I just don't know if they
Yeah,
really
So it's like-
do that kind of the
there's
same way.
One like evil sorceress is like Morgan Le Fay.
Oh, yeah.
and like she's often used from the King Arthur times.
Mm.
That they could,
Yeah, they
potentially
could
be
chuck her.
there.
I could see
One
that.
of the characters in the show is Jennifer Kale.
Who's she?
She's from the comic books. She's a member of the
Oh.
Legion of Night and the Midnight Suns.
Is Jennifer Kale? She's from Man Thing, I'm pretty sure.
She's from Man Thing.
She's been trained by the wizard Dakim from
Yes.
Atlantis.
Dakim the Enchanter.
Okay.
And she's also been friends with Korak and Howard the Duck.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude. Korak's Man Thing's barbarian friend.
That's awesome.
And how the Duck's Man Thing's duck friend.
Yeah.
yeah. Man
Man
Thing cameo? Unlikely.
They might. Oh, they could cross over right at the end with the Werewolf by Night fellas
Oh, yeah.
team.
Yeah, I could see that. They could do like a, because the Witch's Road, is that a thing in the comics? It sounds crazy.
it does sound.
But
bit
I could
crazy.
But
imagine-
the Trials of a Witch or something would
Yeah.
be the Witch's Trial, I should say. Also, and this is going to come as a shock, the character that Aubrey Plaza is playing is not from the comics. The name they've released, not from the comics.
Okay.
Her name in the show apparently is Rio Vidal.
Okay. Is that a like a clever name that you can rearrange to be something? Rio Vidal. Is evil in there? Yes.
No, there's no E.
Damn.
Vidal.
Vidal with an A.
Okay, I see.
There's
Eval.
Avel.
Avel, there's no E.
I'm so stupid, man. Every day I'm reminded of how stupid I am.
Yeah, dude.
I was just about to ask, is alive in there? There's no way.
Well, there's going to be controversy. They have given Wiccan a boyfriend.
Oh, yeah, well, Wiccan's gay in the comics. Yeah.
He's married the Hulkling.
Yeah. But that's in the comic books, and I can't read, so I'm going to post online about how much this sucks.
That is true. This is the first woke Marvel property.
But I thought we liked it when they stuck to the source material.
No, because when the comics went woke when this happened, they also went bankrupt.
Yeah.
I can have my cake and eat it too.
No, they went bankrupt years before this. Years, like decades before.
I don't think that's
Wrong.
right.
Comics were good until they went woke, then they went bankrupt.
No!
In the 90s when
You're
everything
so
had heaps of pockets and was awesome, didn't go bankrupt.
Let me tell you, comics have never been good. What are you talking about? That whole argument, the premise is so wrong.
Wrong, actually. I've read heaps of comic books,
Yeah,
and they're
they're
all
all
no, they're
bad.
awesome. They're awesome except for when they go woke, then they suck.
Then they're bad, dude.
Look, they're always bad.
I don't think so.
No.
I like when Spider-Man punches a guy. That's sick.
Yeah, that's
If
awesome.
Spider-Man kissed a man, I'll kill myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mary Jane's hot, but if they made Mary Jane not
I'll go mode.
yeah, or just normal,
yeah.
I'm gonna shoot up the comic book world.
How do we feel about Mary Jane hooking up with just a random guy, not Peter Parker?
No, that's Peter's not a cuck. That's fucked up.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
okay,
furious.
Okay. What if I'm going to keep that though?
No.
No. All
I
right.
will never read a comic again, except I will.
Yeah.
How do we feel about the multiverse story where I think it's Wolverine is basically married to Hercules?
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Why would they do that's why it's multiverse, because that's from the woke universe where they went woke and everything went
Exactly.
broke.
Exactly.
Okay. But what about that universe where they're chimps?
If Luke Skywalker
That's fine.
drinks blue milk, I'm gonna kill myself.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Wiccan is going to have a boyfriend.
Is it going to be Hulkling? Going to be Skrull?
His name is
I mean, if they hadn't shut
character's
the bed
name
so
doesn't
much.
With the
have-
Skrulls, you would have.
Yeah.
This would have been set up, which is crazy.
They really hadn't have
Like if-
ruined things so badly.
Yeah, if Secret Invasion wasn't such a big pile of shit,
Yeah.
you could have
Although-
had. Yeah.
They kind of forgot about it anyway when it came to Captain.
Yeah, maybe we just ignore.
Captain
Maybe
Marvel,
it
sorry.
becomes like the Eternals, and it's
Shush,
just something we
don't
forget.
worry about it.
Yeah, something didn't happen.
Wasn't there a big guy that came into Sky at one point?
No.
Ooh, wrong. Yeah.
I don't think so.
So Billy's boyfriend is simply on the cast list as Billy's boyfriend.
Okay.
Could be anyone.
Could be anyone. Well, that's look fair. I'm glad they're not doing Hulkling because, make it
That will-
let him date other people
Yeah,
before
exactly.
he settles down.
If we're
To
ever
the
gonna,
worst haircut you've ever seen. Oh no, that's not. Oh,
And that's
wait.
Scar.
that's Sakaar, dude. Although that would be awesome.
To be honest, if it MCU to kind of like shorthand shit.
Yeah.
Why not?
Because I think it'll be so confusing for Johnny movies if
Yeah.
they're like, and Wiccan's boyfriend is Hulkling. And
But he's
then-
not a Hulk.
He's not a Hulk.
He's a Skrull.
Yeah, they'd be like, what the frick are you saying?
And to
right
be
now?"
honest, if they're still kind of vying for that young Avengers. Well, we already got the guy with the worst haircut. So
Yeah.
there's no need to introduce a Hulkling. Put him in.
It will be confusing to
And
have
he's-
two guys, one who is Hulk's son, but
Yeah.
not named Hulkling, and one who
Yes.
isn't named Hulkling.
and
Where? So
Yeah.
something that all of this discussion just really highlighted for me. Where is this going? Where is Agatha going? Because
oh right, I was like an on-screen kiss between a CGI monstrosity with bad hair and a human goth.
no,
Like
no.
a human mole goth. Sorry.
I mean, where is this show going?
Oh
Because
right.
like-
This show.
Wanda is dead.
Yes.
Elizabeth Olsen has maybe burnt bridges with Marvel, or Marvel have burnt bridges with her.
Yeah.
It's the same as the Black Widow thing, where it's like we know because of behind the scenes stuff that She ain't coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe for Secret Wars, because like, here's Scarlett Johansson.
I don't know.
Here's $4 billion.
I was going to say, with like enough of an apology or even just enough money, people will be like, yeah, all right.
What's Elizabeth Olsen
So,
up to recently?
it's kind of like, I'm sure they could mend some bridges.
Yeah.
If they threw
Disney can
money
afford
or
it,
if they got rid of, some executives or whatever, or there's a bit of a reshuffle. If they really wanted to. But, will they? Hard to say. Where is this going? I think it'll just be like, right. So we've got the Road of Witches, or the Witch Road, or whatever the hell that is. So I guess with Wanda dead, maybe it's going to do something like, the Scarlet Witch entity, like the sort of like
the
that
cosmic force or whatever,
chaos force or whatever it is, that like big ball of chaos has to go somewhere, or it's like causing shit, like left, right, and center. So like, well, we gotta deal with that.
Yeah, but like what's the climax? What's the setup?
Well,
Do they
the climax is going to be a fight between
Aubrey Plaza and
Agatha. And it'll be the same as Wanda Vision, because Marvel, they don't learn lessons. They're bigger than lessons.
Yeah.
They're bigger than school.
Yeah, dude, I know. But like, so is the plot going to be they're going in the Witch's Road, they're doing the trials together, and Wiccan's doing the trials to become a witch, and Agatha's doing it to regain her powers. And in the background, Aubrey Plaza is also setting them up so that she can steal their powers in the end. Well,
It didn't work for you, Agatha, but I'm going to suck off your powers.
Maybe because Wiccan is Wanda's kid.
Yeah.
They'll do some shit where
He's the Scarlet Witch?
Yeah, like they get to the end and Aubrey Plaza's like, you've done all the trials, which I've helped you. It's Aubrey Plaza all along. And I've done all the trials, and that's
Aubrey all
along, exactly. And now, your Scarlet Witch powers have activated, but you're in such a position where I can suck out your Scarlet Witch powers, and I, Aubrey Plaza, can become the new evil Scarlet Witch. And then we never see her again until Secret Wars, where she dies. Hit by a rock.
So you think they'll kill Agatha to end the series?
No.
Just suck her powers off and then leave her still in Westview? So she starts
I don't think she'll get her powers sucked off. I think Wiccan, who has got Scarlet Witch in him, will. Yeah. And then I think what I was saying we won't see again is that Aubrey Plaza, they'll be like, she's the new Scarlet Witch. And then we won't see Aubrey Plaza again till Secret Wars, where she will be unceremoniously killed.
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be my guess.
Yeah, I kind of wish that. Look, my hope is that they look at other kind of more interesting properties. Again, like Legion, for example, and even the Doctor Strange in the Megaverse or whatever.
Mega Minions.
Yeah.
Whoa. Mega Dave.
Where
they made him big.
I think in season 3 or maybe season 2, it ends with like the fight between David and the Shadow King. It's like. It's like almost like a ballad, like between themselves, and they also like in like other parts of that series, like they just, as opposed to just like a fight where you're flying and hurling magic at each other, it was a lot more creative.
Yeah.
And in Doctor Strange, we had that magic fight as well with the music,
fight.
That was like kind of cool and neat. I don't know if we're gonna see anything like that.
Noah
I think it's
Fawley
unlikely.
did Fargo.
Yeah.
Not Fargo. Well, he did
Fawley,
do Fargo.
That is
but
true.
He did Legion.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Sam Raimi did Multiverse of Madness.
Yes.
Now, both of those, I would say, were probably given some free reign to do what they want. Do you think that a TV showrunner for hire who has only ever written for Black Widow?
Yeah. I think this TV show is such a weird property because I don't know if this is true, because obviously a lot of shit just comes out during production of shows. Like, they just love to say, oh, this line was improvised, where you're like, no, it wasn't. Of course it wasn't. Like, what are you talking about? But I remember when Wanda Vision was coming out, there was an interview with Kathryn Hahn, and she was like, oh, I really wanted to do a show about Agatha. And I kept pitching that show and being like, I'd love to do that show. And then the Marvel execs were like, that's a great idea. Agatha's so interesting. Let's do a show. So it's not like this was ever part of like a grander plan.
Okay.
That's my understanding from stuff that came out during WandaVision. And then obviously people stopped caring about Agatha Harkness, because after that song became a meme, it stopped being a meme within like 2 days.
Yeah.
And so the production of this show is so weird that it's like, it's not like it was baked into the ongoing phases from the beginning. Whatever connection it has surely is like a working backwards retrofitting to whatever grander story Marvel is trying to shit out their pants.
But is that such a bad thing if they got, her being like, all right, this would be, I'm this character, I've done this kind of stuff. Hey, this is a cool idea. And then it kind of organically grows from that. That sounds a little bit nicer than just like, I don't know, plan it by PowerPoint.
Yeah.
We're going to follow this.
Well, I think where the struggle will come in the beginning is like, oh, let's organically tell this story. And then on the back end, Marvel being like, well, we got to turn this into a PowerPoint. But you're turning it into a PowerPoint. You know what I mean? Like outside the grander PowerPoint. So I think it's going to do that thing where the back half of this show stinks.
Will it would it simply just be a hopefully, maybe fingers crossed, standalone, where it is this kind of like, it's like a character study on Agatha. I know you're giving me both a look. It's this Agatha thing where it's kind of like, hey, look, she started
Character
off,
study,
she
buddy.
was like, hey, let me
been to the fucking movies before.
So it's like, hey,
seen a Marvel film?
yeah, I
You
know.
logged into Disney Plus every goddamn
it's
life.
real bad.
Not even Star Wars does this anymore.
What if though? Let me paint you
Okay.
maybe a picture that could be nice.
All right.
Let me envision this. So we have
Vision. He'll probably pop up.
Yeah.
Nah, he won't. Wong will though.
What?
Oh, what about his friend?
Kaylee or something.
Minotaur Joe?
The lady.
The lady.
They watched Sopranos together.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
He's
no.
No, they just watched
Just
Sopranos
pals.
together.
They're
dude.
Soprano buddies. Okay, paint us this picture.
Starts off with Agatha being basically like, stuck in Westview Hollywood or whatever it's called. Then it's like, cool, I think I'm a detective here. Like, oh, wait, no, I'm not. I'm actually this witch. Oh, shit, my memories are unlocking. And now I'm going cuckoo bananas. And that's maybe the second episode is her basically like fractured self. And then it has to be drawing it back together so she's a complete whole again. And in doing so, she's like realizing parts of herself are a little bit shitty.
Yeah.
Maybe there's some parts that are actually kind of nice.
Okay.
And there's like who she wants to be versus who she is versus what she could be versus like a bunch of different like facets like that. And then it's like, well, to be the best person I was, like I did, maybe that was like a reveal was like, oh wow, when the reason why I sucked off all my old witches was like, they came for me, but I went to them first because I needed help, but they didn't help me. They went, aggressive mode. So really, that's the problem. The problem isn't just me. I refuse to learn that lesson. The problem is actually I got to surround myself with good witches.
Okay.
And then so she tries to do that, making a coven, and then maybe the end of it is actually, no, it's a bit of both. The problem is me and who you surround yourself with. And so if I can be the best person that I am and surround myself with and give people help and that kind of thing, then that's how we can be a force for good.
Marvel's got to stop making TV shows. Not because I think they're bad necessarily. Some of them are fine. But it's because they've announced, Marvel currently are in a situation where they're like, hey, we haven't been making money.
Yeah.
And we love to make money.
Yeah, dude.
We used to make the most amount of money.
Yeah.
And now we make not money.
I know.
So we've
Infinite
announced
growth.
things
Yeah,
that you're
what the
excited for. But we keep putting in these little TV shows, but because we've already said what's coming, and you watch the TV shows, it's really, you don't watch the TV shows, because it's hard to get invested in Agatha when you're like, I love these movies and the story that these are telling, but what? How is that going to fit in?
Yeah.
It's a waste of my time because I want to focus on the bigger story that you're telling.
But it doesn't have to be wasting time. It just could be engaging and entertaining.
Yeah, but they're not going to give it a second season.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't give it a second season.
No, but it's in like, but
you don't
they're
have
not
to say everything. You could say over multi. You could just like it's a nice little character study.
I think that's
You
what
could
I think
do a
that's
thing.
But then
that was
people
the
aren't gonna-
greatest rug pull of Wanda Vision, right? Is that Wanda Vision, because that was the first Marvel TV show. And Wanda Vision came out, and for every episode but the last one, everybody was like, oh my God, that is what we're getting.
Yeah.
Creative TV shows set within the Marvel universe that aren't necessarily connected to a broader story, that are very engaging in their own right. Like, even divorced from the grander Marvel storytelling, you could be like, this is a good show.
It was a good show.
You could recommend WandaVision to your friends that weren't big nerds.
Yeah.
And then at the end, they were like, oh, actually,
Never mind.
nah.
Yeah.
And then Loki came out, and people were like, oh, Loki's kind of doing it. It's kind of Marvel's Doctor Who. Okay.
All right.
And then it ended, and we were like, eh. And then Falcon and Winter Soldier, the third one in that first group, sort of stunk. And it was fine.
They had to cut big chunks out of it
But
because they accidentally predicted COVID.
Yeah. But when that came out, everyone was like, oh, that's not what we're getting. So that bridge of like, I might just watch this Marvel show because it will be good in its own right.
Yeah.
Is burned.
Yeah.
I think it's, and then I think, like
they got to stop trying to make TV shows that are just long movies.
Yeah, like, and I think
that's the problem the Falcon and Winter Soldier has.
Yes, Falcon and Winter Soldier just feels like a long movie. There's no like individual episode that feels different to the rest of the.
There's some cool moments, like when US agent beheads a guy and you get the Captain America shield covered in blood. That's cool.
Absolutely.
That episode's pretty good. Don't remember much else that happens in it.
Baron Zemo is pretty.
Yeah, Baron Zemo's fun to watch.
He goes to the
actor
club.
I like.
Yeah.
He goes to the club and he has a dance.
He does a big dance. That's very cool. But it didn't feel
nice actor.
cohesive, and it was still like this kind of weird mess. And then you had Miss Marvel, which we all really liked.
Yeah.
But Miss Marvel directly connected to a movie. So
yeah, at the very, very end.
at the very end,
like,
it directly connects to the Marvels. She-Hulk was extremely different and weird. But we're never getting another She-Hulk TV. Like, when they try and do that, it doesn't do well. So I can't get... I wish that a Marvel TV show could just be, here's interesting characters. There are interesting stories in the comics. It happens. We can tell an interesting story and make what is just in and of itself a good TV show.
I think...
But it doesn't happen.
I know
I
that-
don't trust them to do that.
I know that this is bold because we are part of the problem.
Yes.
But Marvel needs to stop caring what people think, I think, because they keep trying to thread the needle of this appeals to every single person on Earth, and then it appeals to no people on Earth.
Once
Where
again,
when you're making, like, fucking the first Iron Man or whatever, some people will be like, but other people are like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah.
You couldn't do that now because we've had 15 years of that.
Yeah.
But, like, make a weird, trippy show and be like, this is Agatha.
Yeah.
Like,
Or like what you did with Wanda Vision. You don't need to have a big fight.
No.
You can have a big fight, but then also you probably should have kept that series going a little bit longer, maybe a second season, so that the start of Multiverse of Madness is a bit less like, huh?
Yeah, like if you want a good trippy time, I mentioned a couple times, but yeah, Legion, the TV series,
And-
watch that. Like, it's a really good
Sure.
idea of like how it's like tied to X-Men, but not really.
And Marvel, I
And
can
it's-
hear you writing an email to Baseless Speculation saying, yeah, look at Legion's viewership.
No.
We fucked that. That show was despised by the end of
Don't
it.
care. It's beautiful.
You're the only man on earth that loved the whole show.
Nah, me and friend of the show, Handsome Tom, we both love it. Shut up.
The man that every movie starts at 5 stars.
He's an optimist, and I love that. And I think I've started taking on that way of looking at films as well, and I get it. It's a beautiful way to appreciate the world. But though, he hit nail on the head there, because he said that the same thing like last episode, where it's this whole kind of concept of like, who's your audience? Why do you have to be why is it everybody? Why can't it just be like, okay, cool, we're just going to do something trippy. Like, we're just going to do something horror-based. We're just going to do something. We don't have to have everything hit every single person all at once. It's you could simply do like a nice little character study about Agatha. And maybe if you really want to start, you got your Marvel MCU bullshit. It's like, whatever. The biggest takeaway there is like, okay, Wiccan is now there and he's got magic powers and that's it. He's just there, good. And, like, leave it at that. You don't have to be... And then also, he's going to be in the upcoming Captain New World Order.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, you don't need to connect everything.
Yeah.
And since they've really done, like, an about face, where they're like, oh, yeah, no, we shouldn't have done that. Maybe we could be on
I think that this show was too far into production to axe, and I think that this will very much feel like the thing that they said they're not doing anymore. And because of that... It's the same way they were like, we're releasing less stuff from now on. Not counting this year, except there's less movies this year, but then next year we're back to 3 and 3.
Yeah. I think this TV show is also going to fall into my most hated of Marvel traps, where they pitch you one kind of thing, and then what you get is the same generic stuff you always get.
Well,
they're like Quantumania. You give me a movie with the title Quantumania, I am expecting like an 80s Buck Rogers, crazy, wacky, day-glow sci-fi.
Dude,
and instead you get...
You got that.
Oh, that's right.
Dude, they did that. They delivered that. And you also got to see, what's his name's little tiny fucked up ass.
Okay, that is true. That's the one saving grace of Quantumania.
Yeah. You know how they went little and it meant something?
Yeah. But this, from the
biggest
trailer, there's a bit where it's like, it's a bit horror. And it's a bit camp. But I actually don't believe it'll be any of those things.
I think that they'll be... so the first 2 episodes will be really good.
Yes.
Lock that in. First 2 episodes will be great. People will be like, oh my God, because it's just going to feel like WandaVision. The start of WandaVision. Then it'll get a little crazy when Agatha's like, wait, I'm not in the TV. I was in the TV?
Yeah.
because you see her cycling through her Wanda Vision appearances. That'll be fun and trippy, and there'll be some campy horror stuff. And then at the end, there'll be a big fight, and it'll tie into everything. And at the end, you'll be like, "Oh, this series meant nothing."
Yes.
Yeah, I really wish they'd gotten like
9 episodes, 6 will be good. Lock it in.
9 episodes.
9 episodes.
Yeah.
I really kind of wish they took like inspiration from, say, the Roald Dahl witches, but like that. It was just real gross and gnarly.
Absolutely. I think you can
like
either...
it was like a little bit campy, kind of it was like it's like kind of kids, but also like nightmare fuel.
Yes, absolutely.
If you were to watch it as a child, to be like, I hate.
Yeah,
don't turn me into a mouse.
When the witches took their hair off and their fingers and shit,
disgusting,
gross and scary.
Yes, and I wish that was the kind of vibe that this could go with.
I think especially considering this is coming out in October.
Yeah.
No, September 18.
September 18. Okay, so Halloween's passed. That's funny.
What do you mean Halloween's past?
Isn't Halloween October 31st?
Think.
September is before
I'm
October.
I'm dumb. So, forgive me.
He's dumb.
That's really hard to forgive.
Wait, so what?
Your birthday's in September.
Yeah.
You should know when September is.
Yeah.
I mean, you should just... You're a grown man. You should know the calendar anyway.
Anyway...
Does it end on Halloween?
I'm assuming it
So
must.
2 episodes on the 18th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because again, it's like maybe it'll like there's definitely going to be an episode around Halloween.
Well, yeah,
that's
because what I'm like that.
So if they don't do any other double episodes, the finale will be on November 6th.
Okay. No,
But if they
after
do a
Halloween.
2-part finale,
Then it'll.
Halloween,
Wednesday the 30th of October.
Okay, so
Halloween,
which would be the dream, and you can kind of see that they want to create. Man, it's such a remember Werewolf by Night. Obviously, that came out on Halloween as well.
Yeah.
There's some desire somewhere to create like a Halloween Marvel movie that could almost become.
Do you want to hear this desire and why that's the desire? What was their last movie that got close to $1 billion? It only fell short by like 10.
Multiverse of Madness?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That made like 950 million or something like that. So
damn.
There's some desire
I think
here
Captain Marvel made like 200 million. So yeah, they're like, oh, people want spooky.
to make something spooky, but then obviously because of this, also this desire to hit every quadrant, to
Yeah.
make something that doesn't feel specific or direct.
Yeah.
It means that you almost get something spooky. You almost get something campy that could become, because I imagine this is also part of the desire to be like, it's a Halloween tradition. You know, every Halloween you gather around and watch Werewolf by Night. Every Halloween you gather around and watch.
I do.
Yeah, me too, brother. But because they keep pulling it back, because they don't allow it to actually go to those places, it just
Also, if you... 'cause
great mush.
the fucking thing that annoys me is like, you can make something where I'm not the target audience.
Yeah, of course.
And I can still watch that and like it.
Yeah.
So,
Are you sure, though? Here's some opinions online. I just want to.
oh, fuck. They made She-Hulk a woman.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah. When did that happen? Hulk boy.
Hulk boy,
Big
actually.
muscles.
But like, you can aim for like one particular thing.
Yeah.
Or like just be like, we're doing this so it appeals to these people.
Absolutely.
And then others will still watch it if it's good.
Yeah.
I know, dude.
It's
just,
infuriating.
What infuriates me often is that it's like people will enjoy this slop and will just guzzle it down.
Yeah.
And there's me and baseless speculation, the boys here being like, you deserve better.
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, no, this slop is good.
No, this is what I deserve.
I love this slop. And we're like, you honestly deserve so much.
Yeah.
People are on your side because you got to remember the last couple of Marvel movies have not made money. They've been a bomb.
People getting sick of the slop.
People, like
One has to hope.
One
200.
has to hope, I
So
guess.
like Captain Marvel and 2 and the Marvels, I should
Yeah.
say. and
Homecoming made like $14 billion.
Yeah.
Not Homecoming. No, way,
way
home.
home. Yeah.
I missed that.
And that's slop, baby.
That's,
Oh, yeah, that
that's
is-
the sloppiest
That's
slop
slop.
that ever slopped on this slop.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know, man.
They
It's
should they should learn the wrong lesson, just put Spider-Man in everything.
Yes.
Then at least people would be like, fuck yeah,
and
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
No silk.
Spider-Man all along.
Yeah.
Captain America, Spider-Man World Order.
Yeah. Spider America.
Yeah,
Spider-America, yeah, that'll be a good
Deadpool,
one.
and Wolverine, and Spider-Man.
The asterisk at the end of Thunderbolt stands for Spider-Man.
Spider Bolts.
Thunderbolt, Spider-Man.
Thunderbolt Spider-Man, yeah.
Spider-Bolt, Spider-Man. yeah.
Any swings for the fences of Agatha?
Man-Thing cameo, which is not a huge swing.
They've fixed the bridge with Elizabeth Olsen early and tricked me, and there will be a Wanda appearance or Vision, I guess. White Vision's still kicking, and they're
He's
making
up in the
Vision
sky.
Quest apparently.
Yeah, he's going somewhere.
Yeah, he's got something.
They're making Vision Quest, another
Of
funny
course
titled
they
thing,
are.
but
I was gonna yeah, exactly. Vision Quest sounds like it'll be crazy. Vision Quest sounds like it's gonna be a
One
Vision
can hope.
Quest. It's
One
gonna be a
can hope.
psychedelic, crazy trip through Vision's digital robot brain. No, there will be a bad robot. It threatens robot kind.
Maybe it'll be
Vision.
Ultron. No, it'll be Ultron or something.
Yes.
Ultron's back, baby.
Ultron's back in an
Hey.
old Vision body.
Made $1 billion. James Spader's not doing much.
Exactly, and Vision.
And just a voice, dude. You can you can
Do that in an
You can
afternoon.
do it on your phone.
We're gonna bring him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're gonna say that it's a digital effect.
Yeah,
You can tell he's driving at the
Yeah.
time.
Hey,
He stops. There's a moment in the movie where Vision stops to yell at a pedestrian.
hey, brother, I'm driving here.
Get off the road! Can't you see the lights green? Ultron.
Wait,
Sorry, that was a malfunction.
Sorry. Yeah, Vision. I'm Ultron, right? Yeah, Vision.
My brain's gone silly. My
Silly.
strings have been cut.
Beep. Beep.
Hey, look, it could be good. Like, I legitimately think that at least 2/3 of this is gonna be good.
Yeah,
but
I
it's
agree.
hard
Yeah,
to
me
get.
too.
So it's like I'll watch it and I'll be like, "This is good," but it's hard to get excited about it because I know they're gonna shit their pants, and then with those shit pants, they're gonna get into my beautiful unshit bed and they're gonna shit that bed.
Yeah, I agree. Some of the stuff in the trailer I think looks campy and fun, but I know that that's going to be. It's like a corporate campy and fun.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't
It's like a
feel.
filter.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
like we're not doing this like for either an aesthetic choice or because like a stylistic thing. It's
Yeah.
kind of like, oh, it's a filter. It looks cool.
Exactly.
There's
No-
no thought here. It's just we've pressed a button and it's nice.
No Marvel movie because Marvel movies purport to be a bunch of different genres, but like we always say, they're all bad boys. But whenever that happens, whenever they're like, Captain America New World Order is going to be like a spy thriller, what that means is that the executives were like, you're doing another Captain America movie and it has to be a spy thriller.
Yeah.
So this isn't someone's plan.
No.
There's no auteur here. There's no directorial intent.
Nope.
So I can't get excited by what they promised.
Marvel needs to start hiring those TV executives and TV show creators that are just like floating around other networks that just have the craziest and stupidest ideas.
Yeah.
It'd be nice.
Hire the person that made the Heather's TV show that had one episode pulled in America because it was insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the world got to see it unedited, and it's just
It's insane.
I
It's
just
beautiful.
don't know what they were thinking, but I want that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's just it's disappointing. And
The
I guess
whole
my
school, spoilers for the
yeah,
Heather's
yeah,
TV
yeah,
show.
yeah.
Goes
They
to
go
heaven.
to heaven.
It goes to heaven.
The whole school
Set
goes
in
to
heaven,
heaven.
dude. I know.
But as I said, I think my swing is that they'll it's a Shadow King, but ultimately probably not. And I think what we're going to have is none of this will mean anything except I reckon Wiccan. Wiccan will remain, and that's it.
Yeah.
Hire the guy that made that show that Jackson likes, where there's the hole that goes back in time.
Yeah, dude. Hire a whole farm. What's it called?
Outer
Out
limit.
of limits. There's a hole back to Buffalo times.
And on that note, I've been Joe.
I've been Jackson.
And I've also been Joe. Marvel, you can turn this around, please.
We want good TV shows.
And you're going to give us 2/3 of a good TV show, and we know that, but what if it was 3/3?
What if it was a
TV?
whole good
What if
TV
it was
show?
a whole good TV?
What if it was
show?
a hole where you could go back to Buffalo times?
And we've been the BS Boys.
Didn't hit the backup.
I know.
That's my job.